You always go into the dressing rooms, don't you?
I do, yes. And you know,
is that any different today?
Some were saying Graham Canty won't play, others were saying he will play and all that. Conor Coonan said, we don't know yet until we go out in the field, the usual. But I was delighted. Now, I think anybody that's been following football over the past 10, 12, 15 years were absolutely delighted today to see Nicholas Murphy, Graham Canty and Derek Kavanagh come on to win their All-Ireland medals. They have put a lot in. They've taken a lot of knocks. They're hellish, decent people. Down or younger, they'll get their day again. So it was a great day overall. And the last few minutes of the commentary, or the last moments when you knew, did you know this is the end of the commentary, or did that come across? It didn't really. No. I was just there to do the match and worry about the aftermath when it came along. So what are you going to do now tonight? Well, next Sunday I'll be in Hong Kong for the Asian final. I hope it's as exciting as today is. Okay. The following Sunday, you never know, some county final will be on. I'll be somewhere anyway there. I'll be moving. I think that's not a reference to me. Let's ask some of the audience. Seamus McEnany, you've listened to Mícheál since you were a little child, let's say, have you?
Absolutely, right up through the 80s and the 90s, and fantastic voice, and even when you be travelling in the car listening to the games. But I suppose from being a team manager, you get it very hard to, like Conor Coonan today, to maybe tell Mico a complete lie altogether to say that Graham Canty, he had to check him out in the warm-up. I'm sure that was checked long before him. But listen, it's been brilliant. He's the type of fella, very seldom, you know, that reporters would be in the dressing room before matches. But he's the type of fella comes in, very unassuming, probably gets the information he wants to get, and he gets out through the door. But had some brilliant memories, especially in the last few years with Monaghan. When he came into the dressing room, you'd always have a welcome and a brilliant voice to listen to. And
Ross Carr, you had a couple of All-Irelands that Mícheál commented on, of course, commentated on.
Yeah, I suppose it's very humbling for us all to be here, because as a player there are greats. You know, some people have been described as legends, and to be in the company of probably one of the greatest GAA legends tonight on what is to be his last match, it's a very humbling experience for me, and I'd just like to congratulate him and thank him for giving us all a wonderful, wonderful experience.
All right, well, you couldn't have summed it up better. I suppose you're humbled by it all, but on behalf
I think there's part of the rewards for the like of me and yourself, not alone to be talking about the match, which is a great privilege, but to get the opportunity to know these people down there, from Banty over to Larry and Ross in the back. Remember the day, Ross? Is it now 75 yards? You had to kick it over to get an equaliser. It used to be 70.
It's like Paddy Doherty.
So it's great to get to know them, and that's a fantastic, you know, honour. Really.
Did you ever beat Conor Deegan at the golf?
No, but I played with 3 Deegans one time up and down Patrick. I think it was a day before the match. Their combined handicaps came to 7. It was most intimidating, you know, to me. And Conor now playing off +4, you know. He'll be on the Ryder Cup next time round.
And will you get
one story about Conor and the golf. The famous day, one of the best matches I ever saw, up in Derry, 1994. Derry as All-Ireland champions and Down coming there. The first game ever on that pitch. And I was walking around the pitch just looking at it. The Down bus arrived and they all came on the field. And I happened to meet Conor, and he was going around, the head down. I said, "What do you think, Conor?" He said, "I'd love to be playing a 3-iron off of that grass." No mention of a kick. But he had a great game, a fantastic game the same day.
All right, well, that's what makes it so special. You have a story about everybody, in too many people and too many stories maybe. We've loads more to come, including our man of the match, our team of the year. But for now, Mícheál Ó Muircheartaigh,
Míle Mahad.
Now, just a quick reminder, some further GAA programming coming your way here on RTE Television in the coming weeks. Sunday Sports Special next weekend features highlights of all this year's ladies' football finals, including the senior, junior and intermediate deciders. That's at 11:05 next Sunday night here on RTE2. Hard to believe it, but on October 7th, we'll be live from Croke Park with the hurling and football draws for Championship 2011. So enjoy it, Cork, while you have the cup. A week later, the best hurlers and footballers of 2010 will be honoured at the GA All-Star Awards live here on RTÉ Television. And then to round off another busy month of GA action here, we'll have highlights of both tests in this year's International Rules Series between Ireland and Australia. And good luck to Anthony Tohill with that. Well, the 2010 football season was certainly an entertaining one, with no shortage of drama.
Champions. McCullough is calling for it. Kavanagh, there's the icing on the cake. Listen to the cheers as this goes on. Roscommon have won their provincial title. Dublin against Cork, and there is the scene. It looks absolutely magnificent. Dragged down, Ross McConnell giving the penalty away. Goal for Cork, they're back again. It is a chance for Down and Kildare to play in the All-Ireland final. Chance here, it's another bar. Here comes the shot, Kelly. Goes for it, hits up the crossbar. Down and through to the All-Ireland football final.
That's the big prize, Sam Maguire, the most famous trophy in Irish sport. Goal chance, well saved. Oh, well blocked. It's a wonderful point. And Cork are the All-Ireland football champions for 2010. Celebrations all around.
Was a fantastic year, wasn't it? I wonder what personal highlights there were for some of you. Conor Deegan, your favourite memory from the season?
I thought Roscommon coming through was a fantastic story, coming from nowhere, and unfortunately pipping the big man here, but fantastic thing all round.
Yeah. Johnny Doyle?
Yeah, I suppose my moment, biggest moment of the year was that Saturday evening, when we played Antrim, when Dermot Early was buried that morning and Dermot Jr. tugged out. It was a very emotional occasion. And to be in Newbridge that night was very special, and you know, it was very fitting for Dermot to tug out. It was a real standout moment for me.
It was obviously very difficult for him. Was it very emotional for the rest of you as well?
It was. I mean, Dermot Senior would always be around calling into training, and you know, would have been in matches before matches, win, lose or draw. He'd always arrive in the dressing room, and lads got to know him down the years, and you know, would have seen him. Wouldn't probably realise he was such an iconic figure until he passed away, and saw the huge emotion surrounding him. But it was a special night that evening in Newbridge.
Sure. Seamus McEnany, what's your memory of the year?
Yeah, there was the weekend of the All-Ireland quarter-finals where, you know, Tyrone and Cork have been fantastic champions for the last 8 years. They've won the last 8 All-Ireland titles between them. And on the one Saturday in Croke Park, the landscape of the 2010 championship completely changed on that weekend. Yeah. And, you know, suddenly all teams left in the competition felt they could win it. But there was always Corks to lose from that day on.
Oisin, I suppose that was the day we really knew we had a different championship this year.
Yeah, I think that's when the championship really started and it burst into life, and I think, you know, as everybody has said, you know, Down brought a great colour and a great. They played football in the right way and the way we want to see football being played. They were very positive. They went forward, and I think, you know, for me that was also the weekend that the championship really pushed into life, and we had 2 great semi-finals as well.
Yeah, Larry Tompkins, for you.
Yeah, there was some terrific moments, like, but I just kind of thought I thought the minor championship this year produced some terrific football, and I thought the performance of Cork, you know, 9 points down against Galway, like, was something else to come back and win that game. It was some entertainment.
Certainly was. They got away with it twice and just 5th for the 3rd one. All right then, well, our analysts, Anthony, Kevin and Tony, have had their extremely difficult task of naming our team of the year, and what's probably been, as the lads have said, the most exciting and open football championship for many years. So that meant it was more open in choice and selection. So we've asked Tony to name 1 to 5. Anthony will carry it on with the next 5, and Kevin will finish it off. So Tony, our team of the year, and I should stress there was a lot of tight votes and calls.
It was fairly fractious at time, but
democracy
ruled in the end, I think. You know,
well, a form of democracy.
A
Cork form of democracy.
I see Kevin smirking at me here. Okay, we start in goal, and a hard number to pick this year, because there's been some fantastic goalkeepers there. You had Stephen Cluxton for Dublin, terrific goalkeeper. Kick-outs, brilliant. Brendan McVeigh, fantastic goalkeeper as well, made fantastic saves all year. But number 1, we went for Alan Quirk. I suppose primarily because, again, very safe pair of hands. His kick-outs were excellent. You know, conceded very few goals, and he was central really to midfield dominance for Cork. His kick-out strategy is excellent. Number 2.
Signing autographs there down the hotel, yeah.
Number 2, we went for Peter Kelly from Kildare. This is a guy I didn't hear of much up to this year. In fact, I never heard of him until this year, actually. And I saw him play quite a few games, and he's a kind of player every team would love to have. He's very tenacious, he's fast, he marked all the danger men that Kildare played against, and he did very, very well. Ray Carey was another player that was mentioned very strongly for this position, but Peter Kelly got the nod. Number 3, we went in for Michael Shields at full back. Again, terrific player, one of Cork's most consistent players all year. Did terrifically well today against Benny in Croke Park, and has emerged as one of the leaders in this team. Other players, Justin McMahon, Rory O'Carroll. Number 4, we went for a Dublin man, Philly McMahon, at number 4, cornerback. I suppose he famously got a few points for Dublin this year when he went up the field, but as well as that, he was a very good defender. One of the new breed that was brought in this year. Did very well, and it looks like a player for the future to go on again. Number 5, we went for Paddy Cassan, wing back. One of Cork's most consistent performers again this year. Down through the years here, this year we gave him man of the match in quite a few of the games, and very consistent. Philip Jordan was another one that was mentioned there, fantastic footballer, but Paddy Cassan deserves his accolade, I think, at wing back.
Okay, Anthony, you'll carry on from centre back.
Centre back, Kevin McKernan from Down. I think it was one of the success stories of Down, making a transition and James McCartney's decision to put him in there. He's had a great year. Solid in defence and made great contributions going forward, particularly in the semi-final. I have to say, in terms of defence, with the way teams set up nowadays, with the defensive strategies, there wasn't as many real outstanding individual defensive performances this year. It was all about, you know, setting up your structure and about team, and about the group working together. But Kevin had a great year for Down. Number 7, we went for Emmett Bolton from Kildare. I thought he was the most outstanding wing back in the game this season. Very, very solid, tough competitor, aggressive, good on the ball, quick, and he had a great season.
Midfield was very competitive.
Midfield was, it was very